We're going to school today. We're going to learn something. Welcome to the Hideout, and today we're going to talk about something old that's absolutely outstanding. First, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate every subscriber. Click the ringy dingy, get a notification. Tell me you like it when you do. Let's have a discussion. Let's have fun. Check us out at sgt1911.com. Now, let's get on with the video. But before I do, we'll give you a little bit of background. I think I have figured out what the hell is going on with polymer pistols, in particular Glock. When I start looking at YouTube and I see who the majority, not all, but who the majority of my subscribers are, I look out there at the ages and stuff, and I see the age of the majority of my subscribers are in their late 20s, early 30s or something. Quite a bit younger than me, and I think that's cool, that's awesome. We still have something in common that you can learn from me and I can learn from you. And then we got the old timers out there who, you know, we're just like dirt. We've been around forever. But I have figured out in my mind why everybody builds what they call the Gucci Glock. That's right, you take your standard Glock and then you start trying to make it look cool and look sexy. Why do you do that? Because you're damn not happy with the standard ugly ass Glock. I mean, common sense tells you that. But let's go just a little bit further. Most of the people that build these things, what was their date of birth? Let's just do some reasoning. Date of birth, this is 2022. They about have been born in the late 1900s or around 2000. When was the Sony PlayStation come out? About 2000, somewhere in there. So they're accustomed to having this polymer stuff. When did the Colt Python come out? 1955. When did the Glock come out? 1985. So before many of the subscribers and many of the gun people today were even born, they had what? Polymer pistols, even before they were born. But then they get these polymer pistols and they think they're ugly as shit. They're not cool. They go bang, but what? They're not like this. They're not a 1973 Colt Python metal gun, absolutely stunningly gorgeous handgun. First introduced in 1955. This one is a 75. It looks brand new, excellent condition, but I'm going to try to roll this around a little bit and let you see what you're looking at. You've got blue on this gun that's hand polished. You have to look through the color. Hell, it looks like a damn bruise. It's so blue that it's black. It's just an absolute beautiful handgun. They come out with these things in 1955, about the same time Smith & Wesson introduced their Model 29. But this thing is the premier handgun. Even today, it is known as the premier handgun. They quit making them about 2005. Why? Nobody wanted to pay for them. Why did anybody want to pay for them? It's like everything else. It's like you buy disposable razors. It's plastic cheap shit. You go buy plastic cheap shit, you get your quick fix instead of saving your money and buying a fine freaking handgun. That's what we got here, a fine handgun. If you look across the top, it's got adjustable sights. Got a nice texture on its hammer up there. And if you'll remember about the Colts, the way they swing open, it's a pull back lever right here. Pull back. Smith & Wesson push forward, Colt swings out to the side by pulling that lever off. I mean, absolutely, look at it. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous handgun. They made these things in about 4 different versions. You had a nickel-plated one, and you had some collector items out there. You had like a 4-inch, a 6-inch, 8-inch, just being a 6-inch. Real easy to tell from a distance. Look, I got 3 holes. You see the 3 holes? I got 3 holes. Each one of them's 2 inches, 6-inch barrel. They have a 3.5-inch barrel that if you ever find one of them, you better cut your left leg off and get it, because it's highly, highly collectible. But anyway, in my mind, this is where we've come to from this type of handgun to the polymer handguns, is simply because at the time, these weren't available in an affordable thing, and everybody had moved. You know, they quit making these things in 2005. So a lot of people watching this video today, this handgun was no longer being manufactured when you were born. You couldn't buy one if you wanted to. Now you can buy one today for $3,500, $4,000 and up. But what are you gonna do then when you can go get your Gucci Glock or get your Glock and Gucci it up, and you got a fine plastic gun which you are accustomed to having? But now let me present it to you in just a little bit different way. Let's turn it to the way some people think about it. Long-legged, silky, smooth, shiny, flashy, not slutty, sexy, nice looking handgun. Guess what? She's got on a full skirt. Her ass and her cheeks are not showing. And what you want to do with it, you want to pick it up, you want to take it outside, and you want to make it go bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Okay, gang, we're out at the range today with a 1975 Colt Python 357 Magnum 6-inch barrel. I'm going to turn around this side where you can get a good look. It is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous handgun. You know, the hammer on this thing is nice. The trigger on it's nice. It is double action, single action, but I didn't do this inside. I'm going to do it out here. Now, the reason they quit making these things, or the told story is the reason they quit making these things in like 2005, is no one was buying them because they got so expensive. I don't know that it wasn't a marketing deal, because now they're even more expensive, and they reintroduced them in 2020, but now they got freaking triggers that suck, and you know, they're mass producing them instead of fine craftsmanship. But this trigger here, I'm going to put a pull on it real easy. That's under 3, and this gun's not been fired much at all, if any. And we're going to do it again. 2.12. So this triggers on these things is not what you're going to find on a clock where it's got a 10-pound trigger or something. Extremely nice weapons. Guys, I'm not trying to bash Glock. I'm trying to come to the realization of why we're building Gucci Glocks. I think the reason is because inside us we want something nice. And we can't just go out and buy these because they're just not in every gun counter around anymore. They're hard to find. The people who have them like myself, you're not getting it. You're just not going to get it. Very, very, very fine handguns. They just don't make them like they used to. And you know, you're unhappy with the polymer and things, just find something in between. Build your Gucci Glock, make yourself happy. But when you can, man, and you get an opportunity, you know, like I said, these things, they quit making them before a lot of people around here were born. And now they're making them again with a QR code on them, which is bullshit. But anyway, we're going to load it up. I'm going to lay a towel over here to lay this pistol on. That's right. I don't toss it on the ground. This is you know, you open the car door for this girl. Fine, 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 red carpet, Saturday night, go all out, steak dinner, down at the Golden Corral. Feel me? So I'm gonna lay it down, put my hearing protection on, and actually turn the volume on. And I'm gonna shoot 38 special in it just because I do not have many 357 Magnum. There's no sense in just having the recoil when you don't have to. So let's just go ahead and load this wheel gun up. Wheel gun, revolver. We're going to see what happens. Just enjoy shooting this thing like this. It's a classic. You know, a lot of people would love to have the opportunity to have one, and you still can if you're just willing to pay the price. And if you've never got your hands on one, get your hands on one and roll it around and look at it. And look at it, it's a real piece of art, and they just don't do this anymore. I'm going to shoot the single action. Just over 2-pound trigger. Man, what a pistol. That trigger's just gorgeous. Let's try some double action. Oh man, pull that slide open, dump her out. Now, just for shits and giggles, they say, let me do a little schooling. For those of you who do not know how a revolver works, the wheel revolves. Some people call them wheel guns, the revolver, the cylinder turns. When you open it on the inside here, you see it's not loaded, so we're going to point it around. Right here, there's a little hand that goes up, and that's what it's called, a hand. It's hidden in this area right here, right there. And on this side, you see these little gears here. So when that hand pushes up, it pushes against these gears and it turns the cylinder. And when you pull the trigger, the hand comes up and it turns the cylinder. And it keeps turning the cylinder every time my hand comes up. So there's sometimes when we get a revolver that's old and wore out, maybe the hand gets worn a little bit, or these little gears get worn a little bit, and we have to do a little work and they get out of time. That's not from the crane. Here's the crane. You know, you get some criticism where people talking about, you don't do this, you don't do this. You know what? How often are you doing that? Where we get a timing issue is the hand and the gears. That's where we get a timing issue. Just load it up. We can need some more questions on that. Maybe we do a more in-depth video someday. Right now we're going to shoot it a few more times. Absolutely wonderful handguns to shoot. You know, I bought the King Cobra, the new King Cobra, and just don't shed the light. And these things are just gorgeous. But I am going to do a little experiment. Put that back down, put my head, you know. I'm going to try to shoot some double action. Did not lock up, did it? So if you guys will go back and watch my King Cobra video, I've got a lot of criticism because the handgun on the King Cobra, when I'm trying to rapid fire it, they say, I'm not resetting the trigger, you're not doing this and you're not doing that. It didn't happen here. It only happens on that new model King Cobra. No other Python, no other Ruger, no other Colt I have does it do that. This thing runs like a charm. And why? Handmade. Parts are fit together. The springs are all polished like they should be, and it all runs good. That was just my little personal experiment because I haven't fired this one in a rapid fire position like that, and I just wanted to see. And as you can tell, it did not lock the handgun up. So I'm still going to go back and say, not necessarily an end user, still more a handgun. So let me just shoot a little bit more. Nice, 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 nice. You know, this is not a new handgun, it's an old handgun. It's a beautiful handgun. It's an extremely well built handgun. I'm glad I got the opportunity to share it with you today, and that's all I'm doing today. I'm sharing something that I treasure with you. I hope you enjoy it. So until we shoot again, shoot safe and shoot straight. Hoo.